Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Builds, and today we're dealing with the 2019 Porsche 911 Carrera S. Now this has 1,441 horsepower, 1,347 pounds-feet of torque for a 4.6 litre twin turbocharged hybrid V8. The car itself now weighs 2,924 pounds, has off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 1.867 seconds, 0 to 103.601 seconds, and going to a top speed of 273 miles an hour. So we've had some quite quick Porsches on this series so far, with another version of the 911, the GT1 Stratus version, being in second place, and for a long time being in first place. But we've also had some slow Porsches as well, like the 959 Rally Raid. So let's see what this more modern 911 can do. Now granted, that is a lot of power in this car, a lot more than it had originally, so yeah, it's obviously going to be a big ask for it to deal with that. And even though it does have all-wheel drive over what the car originally had, obviously the 911 is made for all-wheel drive nowadays. It's only the less powerful, slightly slower versions that don't have it, but the car is built in mind with all-wheel drive, so that shouldn't hopefully be too much of an issue. What will be an issue is all of that power now going through those front wheels when it was never meant to. Yes, the turbo is powerful, but even that has nowhere near the amount of power as this. So yeah, big ask, and it's also a bigger engine, and you know the hybrid technology will add a fair bit of weight to that rear end. So it might be a bit difficult to get it around certain corners, but for now it's dealing with it okay. With that bump very nicely. Now, as much as this is a road car, this is probably far more extreme than it's ever meant for dealing with in terms of off-road conditions. Some decent rates of speed, but it does not feel like we're using all of the power here. It's being spun away on the, you know, the surfaces that we're dealing with. It does not seem like it's getting all that much in the way of traction. Power away here though, at 196 miles an hour across the finish line. Easily one of the fastest cars across the finish line, and a time of 1 minute 58.962. So despite looking quite messy in places, that's easily one of the fastest cars that we've had on this series. In fact, it goes right into the top 10 spot, into the top 10 of this leaderboard. In fact, going into 9th place, bumping the Vool 05RR out of the top 10, as well as beating the TVR Cerberus Speed 12. But it is slightly behind the Celine S1 and the Ferrari FXX, and far off the 911 GT1 Stratus version, which is still in second place by more than 2 seconds, nearly 3 seconds in fact, behind that 911 version. But yeah, and obviously far behind the Lamborghini Diablo GTR. But yeah, to be second fastest Porsche is fairly impressive, because we have taken a great many Porsche out on this series. We've taken 12 in fact, so to become second out of 12 is fairly, well, second out of 13 now is fairly impressive. So yeah, and it really does smash what was second place, the Porsche 968 Turbo S, into third place now, because that was 2 minutes 1 second .715. So we're a fair bit ahead of that, slightly of that far older Porsche, and yeah, you have to then go all the way down to the 1960 Porsche 356 Outlaw RSR to find the next fastest Porsche. So yeah, that is fairly good. And yeah, to beat other cars that also were reasonably impressive, like the Koenigsegg CC GT, McLaren F1 GT, Ariza Tachyon Speed, ATS GT, Bugatti Divo, and the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. It means that it's the 17th car to get under the 2 minute mark. So yeah, we're getting more and more cars nowadays that are getting under the 2 minute mark, but yeah, there's quite frankly obviously not that many cars that we have yet to not use, but still, it's going to be interesting to see if anything can at least beat that Diablo GTR, which has reigned at the top for a while now, but unfortunately it was not this car. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.